Hello Libra, welcome to this reading. My name is Zane and we are going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Libra for the middle of June. So this will be your mid-June monthly bonus update. Do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. I do not offer personal readings and I will not send you a message on any platform, so do not get scammed. Let's go ahead and get one more shuffle in here and then let's get right into it. Now I would ask that you hit the like button and subscribe, as it really does help my channel grow in a big way. There's also a link out to my Instagram if you'd like to give me a follow there, but let's go ahead and see what we have going on here for you, Libra. We'll take 3 of these cards to clarify as we go along. And we'll also take 3 Kipper cards as well. And let me make sure everything is in view for you and we'll get right into it. Okay, I think that's looking just about good enough to me. All right, good enough to me for right now. Energy on the bottom. You have the 3 of Pentacles. So 3 of Pentacles, very nice card to find in a tarot reading. 3 of Pentacles can indicate teamwork. It can talk about your team environment, your colleagues, the people that you engage with day in and day out in a workplace setting. This can also talk about hard work and craftsmanship. As you can see, the anvil in the background, the mallet on their belt, they're holding up work that they're proud of. Their other work here is hanging up on the ceiling above them. And this can bring about reward and recognition for all of the hard work you've done here, right? So you could also say that this is potentially receiving criticism as well, like on your work. And it is sort of like if you've ever been in the running for a job raise or a job upgrade, the 3 of Pentacles can be like that first sort of like project that you get noticed on, and it can be the project or the first sort of event that may signal to your superior or to your boss that you are worthy of not only continuing at your organization but also, being rewarded for, the work that you do. So it can be an incredibly good card. What is interesting here is in the current situation, Libra, you do have the 8 of Swords, okay? So the 8 of Swords is really a card that talks about how potentially there are some self-limiting beliefs or some troubling thoughts here that may be holding you back. The thing is, the 8 of Swords is the imprisonment that you put yourself in. Okay, this is not anybody else trapping you. This is not anybody else putting you in some sort of imprisonment. This is you doing this to you. Okay, and with that, a more positive way of looking at the 8 of Swords is it does say that there is a solution available for you. Okay, it does say that there is a solution available to you, but you have to work through whatever is sort of internally or mentally blocking you from receiving the solution. And so it does say that there is a way out when you get the 8 of Swords. If I'm thinking about this here, it's possible. The thing is, Swords, the suit of Swords is the suit of communication, right? And so what could be going on here is that as we have this 3 of Pentacles, it is possible that maybe you're like a little bit unclear about where you stand with a colleague. And, what I would say is, I know this is easier said than done, Libra, but it's probably in our best interests as a people and as a collective to just not worry about what people think of us. To the best of our ability. I know I'm a Libra, right? I'm a Libra sun. I have multiple Libra placements. It's a very hard thing for a Libra to do, right? But, if to whatever extent possible, it's best to just not allow yourself to worry about what people think of you. Because that's their stuff. You see what I mean? In the problem position, you have the 4 of Cups. This person could be bored, okay? The thing is, boredom, if you watched my readings before, I don't like boredom. Boredom's not an energy that's really helping you move forward in this lifetime. There are so many things that can capture your attention. There's no reason to be bored here. And there's so many opportunities in life. And actually, we see an opportunity here on the 4 of Cups card. You can see that the hand is offering this person a solution to a problem. but they're bored, so they're not really capitalizing on the solution that is being presented. And so the Four of Cups asks you to not miss out on opportunities, but it also says that there is a solution here, but you must work through any sort of apathetic feelings or feelings of boredom here, especially as you have the Eight of Swords energy, which is just something internal or mentally going on here for you, where it's like there's this energy of you psyching yourself out, is what I feel like. That's what I feel. Some of you are psyching yourself out about something. In the past, you have the King of Wands. So the King of Wands is a major energy of optimism, and I've recently learned that this can also be an energy of innovation. Learned that from the Spirit Song Tarot, which is it's a nice deck. I used it in my last series that I uploaded to YouTube. If you want to check out the weekly reading. But this is somebody who's an innovator. This is somebody who is an optimist. This is also somebody who's like classic, like entrepreneurial type figure. The King of Wands is somebody who prefers to work for themselves, but if you do find them in the workplace, which you do, this is probably somebody who is the most passionate person in the room, one of the more talented people in the room, but also you'll never find the King of Wands in a dead-end job, okay? You'll never find the King of Wands doing something that they don't want to be doing. And there's a whole lot of talent here, okay? With the King of Wands and the Three of Pentacles. Okay, some of you really do have some sort of major skill, some sort of major gift that you have to share with the world here. And I do feel like telling you that has not gone unnoticed, okay? I think maybe there was like a conversation or a discussion that you've had with a colleague, and it's possible here that some of you are just like psyched out a little bit, okay, about what they feel. It's almost like there is somebody else's feelings or energy here that's now trapped within you internally, is what I feel like saying. In the future, you have the Four of Wands. So the Four of Wands is an amazing card here of foundations and achievements in a workplace context. Okay, the Four of Wands says that you have laid a firm foundation for yourself. You have kind of built stability in your life and in your career situation in particular. Wands is the suit of work and career. We do see that as a heavy theme in this reading. And so I definitely like to see this for you here with this Four of Wands. All right, this also says that there's a new start in your life. There's something new coming in, because this is also a card of marriage. The Four of Wands, you can see the family here is in a marriage ceremony. And when you go from being single to married, that's a new start in your life, right? And so it can just talk about new starts generally. Not getting a whole lot of love energy here. I'm getting more about new start energy. I'm getting maybe something coming in and maybe healing these like self-limiting beliefs or whatever you're psyching yourself out about. In the conscious awareness, in your thoughts or on your mind here, you do have this Nine of Pentacles. So the Nine of Pentacles is really somebody who's financially independent. Okay, this is somebody who has really, I feel like this firm foundation that we've talked about, this is something that you've been setting for yourself for some time now. Okay, with this Nine of Pentacles energy, this is something that you have sort of been curating, Libra. And it says that, you have pretty much everything that you could need in this moment. It's certainly not the Ten of Pentacles, which the Ten of Pentacles is about like a major harvest or even an empire. But the Nine of Pentacles is really not bad either, because it says, take a look here. You see the pentacles here growing on the bush. It says that this person has created an investment vehicle for themselves, this case being the bush or the plants here. And presumably, if they take one of these pentacles, it will grow back. So I always like to say that Nine of Pentacles is something about passive income. It's also, by the way, it's this idea of health is wealth, because this person is content in their life. They do not only are they able to provide for themselves, but they're also kind of, provide for themselves financially, but they're also able to sort of take care of themselves, take a trip, sort of like do what they need to do. They have enough resources to take care of themselves as well, and their health, right? And so it is this idea of health is wealth. In the subconscious, in the lower row, what you can't see or what is hidden here, you do have this Six of Cups. This is energy of the past. This is memories of love or memories of the past. Okay, the Six of Cups says that there's maybe a past life connection or something past life, some type of past life energy or contract that maybe you are looking to sign off and fulfill and work through in this lifetime here. Okay, Six of Cups is a big energy of also maybe stopping to smell the roses as well. Also, it's interesting, I learned this recently about the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is something that feels like home to you, by the way. The Six of Cups is something that feels like home. You know that feeling, right? Everybody knows that feeling. And it's like, what is that feeling of being kind of secure? What feels like home to you? That is the Six of Cups. And so for some of you here, there is this big message now coming forward about security in this sort of outer area. In the cross here with the Eight of Swords and the Four of Cups, it's like something internally here that's maybe throwing you off kilter a little bit. And I think that some of you are going to try to connect with what feels like home to you. In the staff, in the direction that you are headed, in your current influence, the way that you are influencing the situation, you do have this High Priestess energy. High Priestess is a major energy of trusting your gut and your intuition here. This is the most intuitive card to find in the tarot. You can see the High Priestess is emerging from water after having sort of learned some type of sacred knowledge or learned some type of intuitive information or something along those lines. Maybe they've dove deep. They've dove deep for, gosh, yeah, that's the right way to say it. They dove deep for some type of esoteric wisdom, or they figured out how to heal something maybe in an unnatural way, or what I should say, not unnatural, but maybe they've learned to heal something in an alternative way is the right way of putting that. And so it can be anything like that. The High Priestess can also be something that is just hidden or secret in your life. The High Priestess talks about revealing secrets in one's life as well. And, it's possible that somebody is withholding a secret from you here with the Eight of Swords and the Four of Cups. Okay, it's possible that someone's holding a secret here because that's, when there's secret keeping happening, we are oftentimes left feeling like playing the what if game. And the Eight of Swords is sort of the what if game. So hopefully that makes sense. In the external influence, you do have the Justice card as well. The Justice card is really about divine law and order. It is the sort of karmic scales balancing out and tipping in your favor in one direction or the other. Justice card says that, there is potentially karma being rendered, but really it's along with that, which, by the way, karma is just the actions that you take in your life. It is the accumulation of the actions that you take. And, the thing with this Justice card is it does say that at the end of the day, all parties will get the outcome they deserve. So if there is secret keeping going on, there's not much you can do about that, Libra. Remember how I said, you can't worry about what people think about you. I know it's one of those things that's like, especially for a Libra, it's easier said than done, which, by the way, this is the Libra card. The Justice card is the Libra card here in the external influence. And so it's like, just allow the universe to handle that for you, and recognize that if someone's like secret keeping or talking behind your back, it's like sort of like there's not much you can do other than to just be you. In the hopes and fears, you have this Death card. This does not mean that you're fearing death literally. This means that there is potentially you fearing change. Okay, the Death card just represents change. It is more about like rebirth. Okay, it is more about like the cycles of life more than anything. It's not about dying. Okay, it's not about death and dying. It's about a transformation that's happening in your life. It's actually an incredibly positive card. I know it's kind of counterintuitive, but transformations are important, and transformations really help us. And so some of you, though, but so does change. And the thing is, change is scary. And so some of you may be fearing change here. You might also be hoping for a change. That's also possible. I think there's maybe a little fear here, though, with the Eight of Swords. In the outcome, though, you have the Page of Wands. Page of Wands can be a job offer. It can be good news generally coming into your life, kind of being bestowed upon you by another person. It is sort of, it's the energy of energy. It's feeling energized in your life. And it can even bring about a spiritual download as well. And I would not be surprised with this High Priestess energy as well. I do think that some of you are trying to connect with security and what feels like home to you. And with the Page of Wands in the outcome, some of you could absolutely be doing that at this time. let's go ahead and see what we have here let's clarify this. So you have the Wheel of Fortune, you have the Queen of Wands, and you have the Four of Swords. Incredible energy here. So the Four of Swords is rest, recovery, recuperation, healing from heartbreak. You can see the Three of Swords card on the banner above this person. Three of Swords represents heartbreak. This person's healing from the Three of Swords. Then you have this Queen of Wands energy as well. Queen of Wands is really a law of attraction card, but you do have the counterpart to the Queen of Wands as well with the King. Queen of Wands says that you can attract whatever it is that you want into your life by being your most authentic self and not by trying to be somebody else. And with that, it is a major energy of attraction, just generally, not just in love, but in life generally, right? And what I love here is you have this with the Wheel of Fortune, which the Wheel of Fortune does bring about a little bit of luck into your life. The Wheel of Fortune says that the wheel is spinning. It is also, by the way, a card of change. The Wheel of Fortune is a card of change. It says that your destiny has arrived and the winds of change are sort of stirring at this time. Will you take advantage of the opportunity that you have now that the change has come, or will you allow it to pass you by? There is something here about a missed opportunity that you may want to be careful of, Libra. Yeah, especially because we have this message, courthouse, and courtship. Wow. So we have this, definitely, when I say legal, I don't feel like there's like a literal legal situation. Possibly that some of you are dealing with a legal situation with justice. This can be a card of legal situations, courthouse and courtship. But I think this is more about allowing things to happen in the divine courts. If there's somebody who is not acting in your best interest, or if there's somebody who's sort of engaging in lower vibrational energy around you, just allow it to work out in the universe, right? Like in the divine courts. I mean, don't obviously put yourself in a position where you're being hurt or anything, but that's kind of what I'm feeling here. There's also potentially somebody who's really trying to recruit you, headhunt you for a job, or recruit you in general, because you have message and then you have courtship, somebody courting you. This has not really been a love reading, but you also have it here with the Page of Wands, which can talk about a job opportunity or something along those lines. So yeah, really exciting to see what's coming forward here for you, Libra. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you. I will see you in the next reading.